Yes, sir. It's your boy B Hayes back with another one, guys. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you guys how I turned $4,000 to nearly $20,000 in the summer, guys. So let's go ahead and get into the video. We is approaching summertime, and I'm pretty sure this video could give somebody some ideas, help someone out there that's looking for another little side hustle going into the summer that could actually be a big hustle, and you see a big turnaround within the investment, guys. So let's go ahead and get into the video, break down my experience, share with you guys how I was able to get into this field of work and actually be profitable with my first time experience, first time doing anything like this, first time, doing a legit business paperwork, because all my other business endeavors that I ever done, I always did it under the table. And my definition of that is just doing it without any real backing behind it. Nope, not paying, taxes on it. I shouldn't be saying that, but I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. So, usually when somebody, a small business owner, get into business, they start, selling out of their house, selling out of their trunk, however the case may be. It's not really too legitimate to really even get all the paperwork that's necessary because you're not really making much. So on the other hand, with my ice cream business, now that that's what we talking about, the ice cream business, I went into full effect. I was down there on the beach. The law was more heavier than from back where I'm from, where the police ain't really on you with businesses and stuff. So I knew I would have to go the right route and get the things and the proper stuff that I needed just in case something went south. So I had got the ice cream business, guys, back in around, I think that was back around 2019, 2018, when I was in college. I had got an ice cream truck while I was still in school, and I ran it up, guys. So basically what I done was I had did my research. I looked up, I was looking for a side hustle. How I even got into it, I was just looking for a side hustle just like everyone else. I came across, someone selling a truck, an ice cream truck, and I was like, boom, that's the business. That's the move. I'm going to buy the cheapest ice cream truck that I come across. As long as it's run, it's in mint condition, it could get me from point A to point B, I'm going with it. The reason being that I bought the cheapest one I could find is because I wanted to keep my overhead very, very low just to get my feet wet. I didn't want to step out there and get a $15,000, $20,000 ice cream truck and I get inside the business and I realize I don't really like it, or, something backfires or anything. I don't never want to go into a business and put so much money on the line in the beginning and then quickly realize that I don't want to do the business anymore, or I'm not making as much as I thought I would have. And now I got to, make up for all the money I got invested in this business. So I always like to come at a low cost entry level as possible, especially when I don't have any experience in doing something firsthand and I just want to get my feet wet. So I bought the cheapest ice cream truck I could find, guys. I bought one it was listed at $4,000. Of course, your boy never is going to pay whatever someone's asking for. I'm always going to try and and negotiate myself for a lower price. So I ended up getting an ice cream truck for around $3,600 because the sellers said they was already pricing it at the lowest they really wanted it for, it because they was trying to get it gone. So they couldn't really, bring it down any lesser. And the ice cream truck did come with a converter already in it and a freezer. The converter is basically the power for the freezer and the lights and equipment in the ice cream van or truck. So it already had the equipment that I needed to get started in the vehicle. So I didn't have to buy any of that extra stuff. Only thing I had to buy was snacks, snow cones, ice cream, chips, soda, and all that good stuff and get the business rolling, guys. So I bought that quickly. I did a little bit of renovations to it. I got the ice cream truck painted, of course. I got it painted for around $600. I got, like I just said, guys, I like to keep my overhead low. You might be thinking $600 for a paint job. Yeah, that's cheap. Yep, it sure is. It was an old 1986 or 1980 something, 1986, guys. I want to say, I know it was an older model, older version. That explains why the price was so cheap. And, it was one of those old little things. I had a nigger rig, kind of. That's what we call it where I'm from. Nigger rig is when you have to, it ain't running to the best of its ability, but it to get the job done and get you where you have to go. So anyways, I ended up getting it, got it painted, paid about $600 for the paint. So now we come out to be $3,600 for it, plus the $600 for the paint job. We come out to be around $4,200 now, plus the snacks. We spent like $200 on snacks. So now we get $44. Then we had to get our business license and all that good stuff. So that cost us about another $150. So now we at almost $4,500. So that was it. That's all I had to do. Everything that I just called out. It came up to be $4,500. I said $4,000, turned it to $20,000. Of course, you're going to be off a little bit, guys. So I'm a little $500 over than what I had stated. But we invested $4,500, and that by the end of that summer, we have them made around, I want to say $18,000 to $19,000, guys, off of ice cream. The thing is, majority of everything was profit, because you would say you had expenses, you had to buy the product. Whenever I bought a box of ice cream, one ice cream, and I wasn't getting it from a wholesaler, I'm getting it from Walmart and making the profits I was making. So if I got it from a wholesaler and had my ice cream bought in bulk from the big guys who Walmart be getting it from, I would have even made more profits. But I was good with, buying as I sold it. I didn't want to have too much inventory because I didn't want ice cream to go bad, and I didn't have really too much space. I didn't have no extra storage for the ice cream. I had to put it in my home freezer on top of the groceries I already had in there. So I kind of wanted to go to Walmart every other day or every day before takeoff, before my scheduled takeoff, and reload that way, guys. So, I wouldn't be too overstocked or stuff get old and all that stuff. So anyways, we got everything we needed, got the whole initial investment, and now let's get to the numbers. How did you make that amount of money throughout the summer? The thing was, guys, I had a goal. Once I had went out there, I didn't know what I was gonna make, what the possibilities were, but I knew, the more work I put in, the more money I could make. And the work ain't nothing but just riding around, playing my music, and, getting people to stop me. And I had this catchy song, this SpongeBob remix song. Like, it was way different from any other kind of ice cream truck you will ever see. It automatically catch your attention off for real. So I had that jamming, attracting my customers, and as soon as I got out there, the first day, I'm loaded up, got everything I need, I'm legit. I got my ice cream, I got my drinks, I got my pig feet, my pickled eggs, I got my snow cones, I got all of it, the whole 9 yards. So we get out there, me and my old lady, she my right-hand partner, she grinding with me every step of the way. We get out there, we selling ice cream. So our first day, we make, I want to say grand opening, we make about $250 in revenue. Mind you, majority of this is profit, because one ice cream out the box is making me, after I sell one ice cream out of one box, that covered the cost of that whole box of ice cream. Everything else is profit. So, imagine just selling one thing out of any package of anything, and that covers the cost basis, and everything else is profit. That's phenomenal. You don't know, as a matter of fact, as we're talking about this, I don't know no other business adventure, no other business ideas that could give you the turnaround and recoup your initial investment as fast as this ice cream business, in the way, I've done it. And I also, I'm glad I done did it, and it done proved itself, because you can always go and scale up in the ice cream business. Because you think about it, you got one truck, and let me not get too sidetracked, but we got one truck. We had made that $250 grand opening. Next day we go out, make about $240, $230. Next day we go out, make about $220, $230. Next day we go out, make about $180. Next day we go out, make about $200 again. So every day we going out at least 5 times a week. And every day we go out, we making at least $200. If not 200, very close to it, around the high one. So $200 a day is good money where I'm from, guys. You do the math, 200 a day times 5, that's $1,000 a week, $4,000 a month. Expenses roughly at the time was costing us about $100 a week, $400 a month. So you profiting damn near the whole thing of 4 bands a month, but to be exact, right around 3,600, guys. So let's do an estimate of $4,000 times the 4 months of the summer that we was operating. That's about 4, 8, 16, about $16,000, guys, that was accumulated over that span of the summer that we was in business. So eventually that truck did end up breaking down on me, not all the way breaking down far as motor blown, but it got too much to handle, meaning too much to continue nigger rigging it up and making sure it's, you know, crunked up. It'll keep cutting off basically, and whenever the truck cuts off, it turns the freezer off because of the converter I had. And basically whenever that freezer go off, it would melt my ice cream and stuff and this, that, and the third. So I did start accounting, you know, coming into problems with going the cheap route and getting the cheapest van that I found. So you already know, guys, it's a lesson learned, a lesson experienced, you know, but still on a bright side of things, I wouldn't change nothing. I would still keep the same mentality I got when I go in business with something new just to get my feet wet. I still would have bought the, you know, the lowest price one first, because at the end of the day, I still have the ice cream truck as an asset. Even though it's still nigger rigged, somebody would still give me around $3,000 for it. I probably lose. I just wouldn't want to sell it for the same thing I bought it for, because I don't feel as if it's still in the same condition as I bought it as, even though the last people that sold to me knew they were selling me some messed up joint. But if I would be straight out 100, whoever I sell it to, let them know all the problems, let them know it's nigger rigged, and if they still want to buy it, because of that, you know, I sell it to them for around $3,000, somewhere up in there. I might lose a little bit, but I'm still gonna be winning, because now everything I get from the ice cream truck is profit, because the ice cream truck that made me my money back that I spent, plus what, around 17,000 more. I'm pretty sure them numbers could be a little more, a little less, guys, but that's around the average, but that's what we was doing a day. So anyways, guys, that's my little, you know, come up with ice cream business over the summer, how I turned a few $1,000s into, you know, over 5 figures. So you already know, guys, you know, take what you can take from it, do whatever you want to do, but the money's out there. You just got to be willing to grind and get it, guys. So you already know, if you like these type of videos about different, you know, business ideas that I did, whether I succeeded or failed, if you want to know about them, just let me know, guys. Also, you already know, it'll be a lot more coming to the channel. This the B Hayes Show. I love y'all. We out, and God bless you. We gone.